That's right. What time is it? It's time for Armor Radio in the Great Walmart Welcome. Folks, as some of you know, I am the kind of guy that if I'm going to hammer somebody from doing something wrong, and I guess not knowing the situation or whatever, I'm also going to give great big clarification when somebody's right as well. So, with that being said, as some of you may know, on Facebook, there was a few comments placed. There was a local store out in Brooksville, Florida, the Super Walmart there, I believe, and there was a little bit of miscommunication with a lady by the name of Cheryl that we went ahead and interviewed. Most of you know by reading Facebook or by our tweets over at Armor Radio on Twitter and Armor Entertainment over at Facebook. We'll call the store manager Mr. S right now, just because I did not clarify for his privacy issues. So we'll just go with that. But Mr. S was unaware of partial of this scenario on why Cheryl had actually been kicked out of that specific Walmart that evening or that morning. Coming to his knowledge a couple days later, I guess Cheryl had went ahead and placed another phone call to him as well, and he actually had her phone number. I myself spoke with Mr. S yesterday for a brief time of 30 to 45 minutes. As a store manager, I can see policies and procedures that people were, I guess, following, but were unaware of the certain circumstances as well. So, with that being said, Mr. S went ahead and looked into a few things and decided that he would go ahead and welcome Cheryl back to, a specific section in the lot, because he does have that RV policy. He is one of the luckier stores in the area to have that, and I think all the RVers and everybody else should appreciate that, especially being so close to off of a highway. It's quite convenient for all of us, and the biggest thing that Mr. S told me was, he wants that miscommunication to be clarified, and not only Walmart in general, but the store manager for Brooksville, Mr. S. He's there to do whatever he can for his community. He's been at that store for a while, and he wants everybody to know that at least within his power and his region, he can go ahead and help. So if you need an out of the area spot to go ahead and park your rig overnight, feel free. He's assured me that is okay. What I ask a lot of folks is go ahead and maybe run inside. Just clarify with them, say, hey, is it okay? They do have that policy, so unless his parking lot is full with a circus or, a carnival, I myself wouldn't see a reason why that wouldn't happen. But there is specific spots, and as most of us as business owners, and I myself can't, pull a 50-foot RV in front of my business. So, I understand policies, and we can go from there. I also want to give a great big shout out to Hudson Walmart Let's call that store manager Mr. J. Um, that man, I honestly, folks, I can't say really enough about. I've interviewed a few people. They are also a local store that has a RV policy as well. He has chosen to allow that over there at his facility. Um, Within the recent months, I have found out during a couple of the interviews that there's been actual people there. Um, every so often. And you know, Mr. J actually takes it upon himself to treat these people almost like family. So he's doing the job of a store manager, um, and still not making people feel um, less than their current situation. You know, the economy is getting pretty horrible on everybody. Foreclosures are going out the roof, more in the banks daily. People losing employment in Florida left and right. And unfortunately, some situations, some bad situations hit folks, and you know, have it be their unemployment not even enough to cover their rent, let alone their water or utility bills. So, for individuals that may need, you know, to go ahead and have a safe and secure spot, and for somebody to take their time, as well as now as Mr. S from Brooksville, to welcome people onto their property and say, yes, you know, this is where I want you to be, you know, and it's good for us as well because. For a lot of the RVers and myself as well, that I own a 40-footer. Frankly, I wouldn't if it wasn't up to my wife, but she's a cramping fanatic, and you know, so I go along with it. It is what it is. But it's great for all the RVers and even for people that may live on their limited income that we know Walmart's there. Okay, we're on site. We're gonna rather run inside and spend our money with Walmart, whether it be for toiletries or you know, for people that have big enough campers to run stoves and refrigerators and cook in. Well, it might be a nightly dinner. It might be just something quick from the deli. Who knows? But a lot of us shop there. I know I do. It's more convenient for me to do that than unhook my rig and go to a grocery store, and probably spend about 5 times more at the grocery store than I'm going to spend at Walmart in the beginning. So I kind of killed two birds with one stone. I can go shopping and get my food, run back to my rig, cook, and fall asleep, and know that Walmart's security team or whoever's, you know, out there patrolling their video cameras, you know, I as well as everybody else can know that, you know, we're safe on their property. So it really does a lot of good for everybody. It does Walmart good because of the revenue, and because of getting the name out there, and maybe a lot of other store managers may end up listening to this down the road, or Walmart corporate, Walmart employees in general. But I've personally been to a Walmart out in Montana that actually cordoned off a very large section of their parking lot for their RVs specifically. And that almost looks like an RV park. I'll congratulate that store manager. He, wow, I don't know his name, couldn't tell you anything more about the facility or even remember the town. All I remember is that when I pulled in, there had to have been 25, 30 RVs there that day. And I was there for about 2 days, meeting and listening to a lot of different stories from a lot of different people. And we'll end that there. So to Mr. J from Hudson, man, thank you. I had the pleasure of speaking with you the other day, and it was awesome. You and I exactly know what's happening. You're a great man as far as I'm concerned. You're doing the community and not only others a very substantially large favor in helping a lot of people that, at this time are just not as fortunate or may not have, full capability to, to have another spot to rest their head at night. And right now that's big for a lot of people. To Mr. S from Bricksville, thank you from me to you. I do appreciate you taking the time, looking into all this, and going ahead and allowing Cheryl back onto the property. The miscommunication, maybe, I don't think was any part in your aspect at all. Once again, I do want to thank you for looking into it and clearing things up quick. I know it wasn't an hour after I got off the phone with you that everything was pretty much done. I think I had a phone call back from you, and I had heard from Cheryl later on that evening, last night. And so I guess the big shout out goes to Walmart Corporate. Heidi, thank you for your Twitter message to me. I do not know the day right now. I don't have my Twitter page pulled up, but thank you for getting a hold of me. Walmart Corporate on my Facebook page just dropped me a message this morning, wanted me to go ahead and email them. Unfortunately, everything's done, taken care of, and everything is back to normal. I want to let everybody, all the couponers, know too. Please go ahead and read the policies and procedures. If there's a problem with your coupons, just wait. Ask to see a manager if it's that big of a deal. I myself, I appreciate what you folks do and the time that it takes you folks to do it, because, frankly, I just can't stand shopping for 5 hours, and especially for stuff that I can grab in just 35 minutes. But that doesn't, it's me against nobody. The best thing I want to say to everybody out there is we're local. I'm going to go for helping my local people, because, frankly, Spring Hill, Florida can't afford to lose too much more of anybody, whether it be people in homes, businesses. It's getting bad, and if we can have great people like Mr. S and Mr. J, and the great big box company of Walmart support a lot of these local communities by offering more local stores that may have the space, okay, for these RVers, or for some folks that just don't have the means or the ways to have anything else at the current time, or maybe just financially just not enough. So I think a lot of us should start, if we can lend a hand, a lot of us may not have the means to do it financially for anybody, but if you're a business and you're listening and you want to be listed with us, hit us up at armorentertainment@yahoo.com, because what we'll do is we'll compile a list of actual businesses that do have room in their, maybe an outside corner of their parking lot for 10 or 12 RVs that don't mind an overnight parking situation, or maybe a short-term overnight deal where if you're going to be in town for 7 days, but you're going to be running back from forth to a fair or to a car show or whatever and whatnot, that you can come back to a certain facility somewhere within the immediate area and be able to go ahead and have that safe and secure spot for you to stay. So if you're interested in doing something like that as well, feel free to get a hold of me, and like I said, I'll compile a list, and armorradio.com is going to start being billed here shortly. and we'll go ahead and list you up on there for everybody to see. As far as any additional Walmarts, Mr. J and Mr. S, if you guys know anybody else throughout the system that you can share with us, feel free. Add us at Twitter if you guys have Twitter accounts. We're at Armor Radio, and we're also at Armor Television. That is going to be launched here very soon. Can't give an approximate date because, unfortunately, I'm one guy and another guy all wrapped up into one, trying to do 27 things at once. So, with that being said, I know that it comes as a shocker. I'm going to end my section here with the Walmart issue. Like I say, I want to give another great big shout out to Walmart and both the Hudson and Brooksville, Florida locations. I think both of you guys are great, and my thanks and applause go out to you, as well as many other people. I know without you guys, they may not have a specific spot to go to. So, and may make matters a lot worse for a lot more people. So, guys, I'm going to end this with Walmart, and to everybody else, stay tuned for my next show. I don't feel the need to continue on this section right here for the broadcast for the Great Walmart Welcome. You are listening to Armor Radio live here on Spreaker.com. Add us. Listen to us. Love us and like us. Remember, folks, flip us on and flip them off. This is Armor Radio saying good night.